Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about The Flash. We're also going to be doing a bonus topic at the end of the video, which is to do with the DCU and an upcoming project that has just had one of its actors tease what his character is going to be like, so that's going to come at the end of the video. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, first things first, happy National Superhero Day. Today is obviously a day where we should celebrate our favorite heroes, so I thought it was fitting that I would do a Flash video because Grant has done another interview that we need to break down and talk about, and we've got a couple of other things to do with the Flash to talk about before that final topic at the end of the video. But yeah, the Flash is my favorite hero, and I will always be grateful for what the Flash has done in terms of the CW show, in terms of Grant Gustin, because the show has been part of my life for so long, and obviously I've been making these videos since around 2016, talking about the Flash, talking about Supergirl, so I'll always be grateful to them two specifically. So tell me in the comments down below, what is your favourite superhero? Is it the Flash? Is it another character out there? Let me know what projects you're looking forward to with your favourite superheroes. So for now, let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. So first things first, we're going to talk about this interview that Grant Gustin did. You can go watch the video for yourself. It'll be in the top link in the description below, so you can watch what Grant Gustin had to say, but actually in video form. And so in this interview, he basically says his experience of being on Broadway has been great, and it's been really aided by us Flash fans who have been showing up to New York, going to his play. And if any of you are planning a quick trip to New York, go see it because it's still on. He is still there. He is performing 5 days a week for Water for Elephants. That is the title of the show. And so in this interview, he talks about how when he's performing, he spots people with Flash t-shirts. He spots people with t-shirts which includes him on the t-shirt, like a graphic tee, and then also talking about like Star Labs and like how everyone in the front rows are all dressed up, and clearly they're there to support him. They're there because he is there. And he says in the interview it's kind of caught him off guard, like he didn't know if he would get that kind of reception. He didn't know if he could draw in a crowd like it's obviously done, and I think he's made this show a big success in his own way because of his popularity, because he was on the Flash for like 9 to 10 years including Arrow, and so he's got such big fans out there. Now I went through a similar experience, I guess, and also same thing for Melissa, because I went to New York and actually watched Melissa on Broadway back when she was still filming Supergirl, and I'm pretty sure she met tons of Supergirl fans along the way. And I think it's similar to those of you guys probably going to Grant shows, wearing your Star Labs t-shirt, wearing your Flash t-shirt, meeting Grant after the show. It's really a special experience. So I'm really jealous of all of you guys doing that. I wish I could go to New York and actually watch his performance, because you guys know I'm a huge Grant fan. I love his singing, love his dancing, love his acting. Obviously he is best seen in, Glee with his singing and dancing, but also in the Flash musical crossover with Supergirl. And so yeah, it's just really nice to see this interview, just seeing how humble he is and how excited he is just to see that his fans have actually shown up, and they are Flash fans, so they've really helped this experience for him, which is obviously a really good thing because we want to support him after the Flash in whatever he does, like whether he makes a film next, whether he makes a new TV show, we will be there, we'll be watching. And so yeah, I just wanted to mention that in today's video, just because it's a great interview. You guys should really check it out. It's about 1 minute 30. I think it's probably a bit longer online if you guys can find it. But let's talk about another Flash topic for now. So I mentioned this in my live stream the other day. It just so happened I streamed on April 25th, 2024. So there was no video that day. That's why I haven't actually talked about this in video form. But April 25th, 2024 is really significant because it was the day in the Flash newspaper when the Flash was supposed to vanish and go missing in a crisis. Now, obviously, the newspaper changed over the years and it didn't always remain the same, but it's just such an iconic moment from the pilot episode of The Flash. It's that scene where Tom Cavanagh's Eobard Thawne, obviously disguised as Harrison Wells, is first revealed to be something more than he was letting us on, because in the first episode we don't know about him being the Reverse Flash. This is the big reveal, and it's as he goes into the time vault, he's on his wheelchair, he gets up, he stands up and you're like, oh crap, he can walk. And then also he takes his glasses off. He doesn't need glasses because he is pretending to be Harrison Wells. He's pretending to be injured and having to use this wheelchair, but really he is the Reverse Flash all along. And that's when we first meet Gideon. We go into the time vault and Eobard looks at the newspaper article, and that's the very first time that we ever saw the date, April 25th, 2024. And obviously the newspaper, which went on to be so important throughout the Flash's many seasons, heading up to Crisis, heading up to many key events, because it was always in the background, always dictating what Barry was thinking about and the moves that he had to make in order for this to not happen. And so I love the post that Grant Gustin made on April 25th, 2024, just 3 days ago. He said, "We made it, April 25th, 2024. I can confirm that the Flash has in fact not vanished." And then he included this photo, which you'll see on the screen. Is a really fun photo of just him in a Flash onesie. And he says, "Fun fact, searched April 25th on my phone to find a fun Flash pic to post." But that's when we were always on hiatus, so they never filmed around the end of April time, because that would be, okay, they finish filming and then they come back, you know, early summer, and it would be the first time where we will see footage at Comic-Con in July. So yeah, they never filmed during April 25th. Around that time. So this is the only Flash related April 25th photo in his phone, and that was from 2016. So yeah, it's just fun. And what it really made me realize, and I said this on my live stream, was him posting this actually meant a lot to most of us, because he is keeping track. I believe even Candace posted about it, and that means, you know, he's a fan. Like, he is a fan of the Flash, he loved what he did, and he's just having fun with it and acknowledging this important day that definitely was a huge part of the Flash throughout its entire run. And the fans obviously remembered this. I was actually messaged many times by a lot of you guys in the days leading up to the 25th of April, being like, this is it, the newspaper date, we've actually made it. And yeah, it's kind of surreal to think we've actually made it to the date that was originally so far in the future, because episode 1 came out in 2014, guys. Like, that is nearly 10 years ago. That's crazy. It's like 10 years ago in October. So we're at like 9.5 months or so. You guys can do the calculations and let me know in the comments below how far we're actually till getting there. But yeah, that is just insane. Like, imagine when we actually reach 2049, because that's another important date and another important year, but that's obviously going to be way down the line. We're at 2024 now. That is in 25 years from now. So imagine if Grant's still posting about it then, if there's Instagram and everything still then. So that does it for talking about Grant. Let's move on to the next topic. This is still Flash related. We got some breaking news in the last couple of days that the original Flash 1990 TV series starring John Wesley Shipp is finally coming to Blu-ray. So the Flash is zooming into Blu-ray this summer, comic book rights, from the Warner Archive. The series, which starred John Wesley Shipp as Barry Allen / The Flash, spun out of the initial video game movie craze of the late 1980s and early 90s, but it didn't quite take the world by storm and was cancelled just after one season. So it only ever ended up being one season, but later on it would become iconic because John Wesley Shipp would return to The Flash, who would play Henry Allen, The Flash's dad. He had some iconic scenes, especially his death scene with Zoom, and we've later seen John Wesley Shipp show up as Jay Garrick many times over the years, and we'd also go on to see Amanda Pays return as a different character, and also Mark Hamill returned. He played the Trickster, and even Katie Cassidy's dad showed up in the show as Mirror Master, David Cassidy, of course. So yeah, it's got lots of links to the Arrowverse. They really paid homage, but it originally came out only on VHS at around the time that it was made, and then there were 3 movies which were multiple episodes cut to feature length and released on home video. Those were the VHSs, so it didn't come out in like a normal format like the TV episodes were. And then later an extended version of the pilot was released as well, that was on disc, and then the full series was released on DVD for the first time in 2006. And we haven't had a Blu-ray since, so the upcoming Blu-ray features brand new 1080p HD masters from new 4K scans of the original camera negatives. So yeah, we're going to get a Blu-ray version of this. This is going to be amazing. I actually look forward to having this being released on Blu-ray. It's an important part of the Flash's history. It's an important part of DC history because those actors would show up again. Those actors would play a big part in DCTV, in the Arrowverse, and I think their legacies have definitely been cemented. So I think it's just great that they're going to get their legacies continued even more by making it more accessible. But for now, let's move on to our final topic. This is a DCU topic. So Collider did an interview with Superman's Nathan Fillion, who is going to be playing Green Lantern in the film. It's going to be the first time we've seen a proper Green Lantern on screen for a while. Yeah, we saw a cameo of a Green Lantern in Justice League, but they didn't talk, they pretty much died instantly. And so this is going to be the first live action talking Green Lantern since Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern all those years ago. But during this interview with Collider, he gave some quotes, and I'm just going to read out the quotes and give you guys my thoughts on it. So here we go. We were actually at the premiere party after the Suicide Squad, which he was in, if you guys remember. He didn't play Green Lantern, he played a different character, and he was in a huge crowd of people. We saw each other in the crowd, I congratulated him, he said, "Oh my god, that was amazing, it was so great." And he goes, "Hey, did Peter Safran tell you what we got for you next?" He said, "No, he hasn't." He looked around like someone was going to be listening. We were in a throng of people, but he leaned over and said, "You're going to be Guy Gardner." And so that was at the Suicide Squad party, and he just revealed to him, "Okay, we got a role for you. You're going to be Guy Gardner. You're going to be a Green Lantern." And so Nathan would go on to say, "I used to collect comic books. I had a comic book rack in my room that you could spin. I remember Guardians of the Galaxy, and I remember I couldn't relate to it in any way, just getting into it for any reason. Spider-Man held something for me. Batman had something that I really liked inside." And then talking about Green Lantern, he went on to say, "The reality is that people have flaws. We all have quirks. We all have vulnerabilities. You could not have the most wonderful family but be like, oh my god, my dad drives me nuts, he's got this one thing. Everybody's got something, and I love to lean into those faults and flaws. It's what makes people real and what allows audiences to relate, because we all know what it is. We all have our own, we witness it in other people." And then he goes on to say, "Guy Gardner is 90% flawed and doesn't care. That's one of his flaws. I think there's a real freedom in playing that, so for a guy who likes to play flaws and flawed people, Guy Gardner is a goldmine." So that's what he had to say about playing Guy Gardner and working with James Gunn, hearing about the role for the first time. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm a big Nathan Fillion fan, love him in Castle, and I think he's going to play a really good Guy Gardner. So we'll just have to wait and see what he's going to be like. What is he going to look like on screen? Like, how is Green Lantern going to be portrayed? Obviously, it's going to be important about how they show Green Lantern in this film, because that's going to lead into Lanterns, the TV show that is coming later on. So that's going to really establish things. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you enjoyed the Flash content in this video. Obviously, I just wanted to kind of pay homage to Grant, pay homage to the Flash, with it being National Superhero Day. So I just wanted to come up with a good topic, and I found some interesting bits and pieces, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. So for now, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos, and you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.